Diagno is an asset management intelligence tool built specifically for sustainable or smart energy products. At the moment, we're looking at solar and energy storage. The plan is to expand into other areas as well. But the idea is that you pull in all the data from live existing assets, and we're able to parse that data and dive quite deep into the data that we get from these systems and pull out insights, whether that's from a dollar value savings perspective, a CO2, but most importantly from a performance perspective. And then the final stage that we do, which is incredibly important for the product, is that we're able to figure out if there's an issue, what it is, how to fix it, and how much it's going to cost to fix, and what your return on investment is to bring the system back up to standard. So it sort of closes the loop from a performance perspective.
Diagno is first and foremost asset management intelligence platform. We provide data-informed recommendations to the customer as to what to do and what not to do with their assets. So in Diagno, we look at the performance health of each asset, and on a day-to-day basis, we calculate the performance of those assets. And if there's anything wrong, if it's underperforming, if there's some type of fault, or generally if the asset is not performing as intended, we get in touch with the customer with a diagnostic, and based on the diagnostic, we tell them what to do, what should they do next.
It came out of work that we currently do. So we do a lot of work with state and local government. We did some work helping certain departments with their operations and maintenance of solar assets in particular. And largely the maintenance that was being done was either proactive, like they would just bundle up a group of sites and send a contractor out to have a look, or reactive. They would get a call from a facility manager, the system's not working, let's do something about it. Basically, there was not really any data-driven decisions being made, and we thought that we had an opportunity there to provide a system that you could leverage the data to make better, more economic decisions. We built the system. It was sort of an organic development to help a service that we were already providing, and it's then grown into its own thing.
At the moment, the target audience, I suppose, is commercial industrial size system. Any customer in the C&I space, Diagno is well tailored for that.
Yeah, a council or a state government department that has many solar sites or battery sites, a property developer, a franchisee. So anyone that has a portfolio of assets, solar and battery assets, is really our target customer. If you're a council and you've installed 20 sites and they all have different technology, they've installed at different times by different contractors, you need a net to sit over top of that, and that's what Diagno provides. It pulls it all together. We're hardware agnostic. It's a system that aggregates all of your assets and all of your data into one platform. But now you've got data, you've got consumption data, you've got generation data, you might have some energy storage data. Make powerful decisions with that data. You know, how do I improve my current setup? What other market opportunities are there? What other products or services that I can pull into my portfolio that will reduce my costs or make me a more powerful market participant or better for my constituency? There's a lot of things that you can do, and having the data available to help you make the decision, it's just a better way of doing it.
And that they shouldn't be putting resources, people or money towards operation maintenance when it's not warranted. But then when we do identify that there's an issue, we inform that customer right away, and only then they put in the right resources to address that. So it not only gives them peace of mind that the system is performing as expected, but so from a performance perspective, that's great. But also from an investment resource perspective as well, they're actually saving money because they're not spending additional money for an inspection, for example, that wasn't warranted because there was no issue with it.
I think as the industry matures and consolidates, this is a natural evolution of what has to happen. Like, if you think of a customer that we just kind of listed, a council or state government department or property developer. They've done the right thing over the past 10 years and gone and built out all these assets because, well, the economics make sense, but there's a number of driving factors that led them to making those decisions. But now they've got all these assets that are operating in the field and they're aging. And so now what do? You need a way of strategically looking after these assets. So it's not costing you a ton of money, but you're getting the most out of these assets going forward. So having a smart way to manage them and to maintain them is just a natural evolution of the industry. And I think that this will be very much a growing part of the industry going forward to make sure the industry stays sustainable. I think it's the same answer, sort of. It's a natural evolution for the industry, and then therefore it's a natural evolution for GSES. Our business model has always kind of been finding the gaps in the industry and figuring out if there's a player out there that can help to fill that gap, and then we try to partner with them, or if we can fill that gap ourselves. A lot of this has been done from the training side of our business, where we'll provide knowledge to fill those industry gaps, and hopefully to help the industry, sort of lift their game, so to speak. And so in this regard, with the gap that we saw in the O&M space, specifically for people that own portfolios of assets, we had to look around to see if anyone was doing it already. In the way that we were hoping for it to happen, no one really was. We went off and built this platform.
Yeah, Diagno is in line with GSES's ethos, which is to promote and support renewables. And so Diagno, I guess, is an extension of that. We are here to guide customers in their solar journey, and sometimes including batteries. And so, yeah, we provide support, consultancy, advice, recommendations in that space, so that frictions are removed from the process of getting solar, installing it, and making sure that it's working as expected.
The dream for Diagno is that it's a platform that can help the people that we're working with have a really clear understanding of their assets, solar, batteries, and other sustainable assets in the future, so that they can leverage that knowledge and build additional sustainability products into their facilities and into their portfolios, and that we're able to provide them with an ecosystem that allows them to make those decisions in a strategic way. So just as an example, if we've got their data, one of their facilities has poor power factor, well, we'll be able to see that on a live and ongoing basis. So we'll be able to recommend a power factor correction unit, the proper size, on the fly. And so we can provide that information to them, and they can say, okay, this is an interesting suggestion. There's some indicative costing around here and an ROI provided. All this came off the back of the data that we already get. We didn't have to pay for that at all. It's all just part of the ecosystem. And now we can take this data and the insights that have been provided to us and do something with it.
We aim to look at a range of data for different assets. At the moment, we focus on solar and very soon in batteries. So we tap into inverter data. So with the inverter, we have quite a wide range of data available to us. We can look at DC input, AC output, and also data related to the inverter itself. So when available, temperature, parameters, faults, system logs, and all these type of things. And that obviously depends on the manufacturer. In addition to that, we also look at energy meters data, smart meters, any common brands available. And basically, we make use of all of that data to look at first at key metrics. So we look at the production of each inverter, and then we compare this measured production with what it should have been based on solar observations from weather stations. We basically levelize the performance of the inverter to the weather. We're able to separate out days with low sunshine with days with high sunshine, and we can tell you with high accuracy what the performance of the asset should have been using observations.
We're a small business still, so funding the development of Diagno is challenging, but so far we've been able to do it organically, and we want to continue to do that. Getting partners to bring data into the system is really important for us. So we're going to be working with University of New South Wales, UTS, and the Australian Photovoltaic Institute to build some machine learning algorithms into the system, which will make the platform even more powerful than it already is. But in order to train the machine learning, we need lots of data. We need a big data set with clean data in as diverse a data set as possible. So we need to bring partners in and work with us. So that's challenging. And then also we need to take the feedback that we get from our customers and triage that feedback and make sure that what the customer is asking for, the highest priority, I guess, request is being built into the platform, because we want to make sure that we're building a platform to meet the needs of the groups that we're working with. And there's probably more, but that's the top three.
Yeah, so we also have a partnership with UNSW, UTS, and APVI through the NSSN Grand Fund Challenge. And basically this partnership will allow, I guess, the design and inclusion of sophisticated machine learning algorithms into Diagno, and that will all be focused on the detection and attribution of underperformances. Yeah, through this partnership we will use a range of machine learning techniques to basically not only improve the diagnostics themselves, but also improve the quality of the recommendations we provide. Because again, there's so much we can do with data, and it's all about, you know, how do you use that, how do you tap into that and enrich your raw data into something that is actionable. And that's what this whole partnership is about. So that's very exciting and something we look forward to here.